Well, let's dive right in, shall we? Okay, so admittedly, none of this is going to be as exciting as brand new pretty fairings, but we'll get through all this real fast. Here is the heel guard for the rear set. Bits. New shifter. New peg. New rear set bracket. Man, look at how pretty that is. Something about the finish on something. So, you know, this is what the bike looked when it was brand new. Everything had this beautiful, glossy, anodized looking finish to it. Crazy. So at least one side of her is going to look mint, right? This is a passenger peg bracket because the one on the bike is all scraped up. Is a new console panel because that one has a little scrape right here. A little overkill, but hey, an insurance claim, they go over every little thing. Anything with any kind of deformation, mark, dent, scratch, whatever, gets replaced. So I'll end up having to order the matching left side one of these from Part Shark because this is going to look too good on one side of the bike. Am I right? This is a timing rotor cover. This is going to be put on the shelf for emergency standby because I ended up buying a new one so that I could get the bike back on the road. So we won't be using this yet. The O-ring is also included. And last but not least, for the hardware stuff, I won't even bother taking it out of the box. It's a new right-hand rear view mirror because the bike went down on its right side, and so that mirror has some scuffs on it. So there we go. Let's get to the fairings. All right, so this should be the upper head fairing. Very expensive part. I think Partzilla wanted 800 bucks for it. Got it from Part Shark, I want to say for 600 and some change. 600 something. Woo-wee. Boys. Boys. Holy mess. Look at that. Brand new. From a Japanese factory. Mint. How exciting is that? Now, for perspective, let's look at what we're replacing. There's our problem right there. Ouch. Oh, and by the way, there was a new chain guard hiding in that same box. So without further ado, and with Felicity looking on in the background, just as excited as we are, she is. Ain't you, Felicity? Oh man, boys, look at that. Woo-wee. Absolutely mint. Incredible. Nice. Yes, indeed. Last but not least, her new tail. Wow. Oh, and the reason why we are replacing the entire tail? Can't really tell from afar, can you? It's because I ordered factory touch-up paint from Touch-Up Direct. But this entire lip was scratched to the plastic. Just ground down to black raw plastic, past primer and everything. And she also cracked here. So that is about to not be a thing anymore. Oh, and with the side fairings, all this is touch up. It was all scratched down here and on the other side. Got all this chaos going on. All touch up paint. Again, about to not be an issue. All right, just real quick to show you guys how easy it actually is to get the head off of an R1. It's held on literally with two long 12mm bolts. These bolts go in right here, these two, right? And what do you have to do? Obviously you have to remove the ram air intakes and the upper consoles, just like you would to have to do anything else in there. But beyond that, you need to disconnect the IAT sensor, as well as these relays need to be unplugged. And after that, she just comes right off of there. Oh, also, let me show you on the bench. This running light needs to be disconnected. Okay, here are the two connectors down here that are they're just hanging here, right? That's what I unplugged from those two big connectors. And this running light can stay plugged in because it's part of the harness, but this one is not. This one plugs into a part of the harness that is actually running to the ECU right here. So that one stays on the bike. Service manual calls for you to remove the ECU altogether. I don't understand why. Even in the blowout diagram, there's no illustration demonstrating that it needs to be removed. The blowout diagram just simply points to the two bolts, and after step one, which is remove ECU, the rest of the steps is to disconnect the IAT and what have you. So it's actually pretty self-explanatory when you just get in here and look at what's connected and what needs to come off. Now, 4 bolts. 4 bolts hold the entire cluster to the fairing. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm unsure about this guy. I don't know if that's threaded or not. I'm hoping not, because if it is, then that means, see if we can put some light on it. Then that means that, okay, this is it right here. And you see, that means that this entire cluster, everything would have to come out just to get to this one guy here. I'm really hoping I can avoid that. But if I need to go through all that mess, you'll be the first to know. Okay, quick update. You do, but it's not that big of a deal. The gauge cluster itself is held in with 4 little bolts. You take them out, the thing swings out of the way. These guys are held onto these clips here with little rubber isolators. You literally just pull them off, and that reveals that screw in there, which is that guy right there, which is the final piece of the puzzle. We'll unscrew that, whole fairing will just come off. Swap the new one on. Here's the finished product. 8 bolts, easy peasy. Just got my Motul graphic back on there, like it never happened, boys. Doesn't that look just incredible? Really happy with that. And so there you go. Actually 9 bolts, 8 perimeter and 1 in the middle. 4 to remove cluster to get to 1 in the middle, way deep in there. But yeah, get it back on the bike, get the side fairings on, and I'll focus on the tail. And here's where she's at, boys. Freaking mint. Just perfect. Now, if I hadn't told you anything about the tail, you wouldn't know I haven't replaced it yet. So that's next. Tail and passenger bracket and peg, and the tail tidy kit, as well as the Moto Dynamic sequential rear tail. So plate will be under there, and then the tail is going to be sequential blinker. And so these will be going away too. Be real clean in the rear. And off camera, I installed the new rear set and shift lever. Brand spanking new, man. All right, to the tail. And so here's the final result. It's like next morning, about to go to work. Got the TST Industries Elite tail tidy installed. Got her tucked. This is that Moto Dynamic tail light. Tail piece is in there. Everything's in there. Like factory mint. Show you that tail light. Pretty clean. But yeah, it was a lot of work, but totally worth it. That's all I got. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Goodbye.